Okay, let's recap. I was working on a carousel horse, ran out of propane, and finally I had to go look for a wrench. Finally found one in a drawer in the house, of course. But let's recap and see where we've been at this point. I have been working on a carousel with 4 horses. This is the top to the carousel. And at this point, I have 3 of the 4 horses ready to go. And I think I got to work on the looping technique here. I have 1 regular horse, 1 unicorn, one, they dangle like this, and it will go onto a base that will spin. Matter of fact, that's the next thing I will work on real quick. And then I'll doing the break back to doing what I was doing before, which is the last horse. And sometimes it's the way it works. Right, right. Okay. This is a scoring knife. Oh, here we go. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to cut. I've made the base to a certain height, and I knew that it would have been better to snap the. Now let me see, where is it? There it is. Snap the bottom later instead of. Might have to shorten it up just a little bit more. But you can see it's going to spin quite nicely. Might even, like I say, shorten it up just slightly, just a little bit. We'll get there. And I needed to let that cool before I held on to it and snapped where I was going to make off for the top of the base anyway. And it spins. What I used for the tubing was 9.5 mil. I have a lot of that available. And the rod that I'm basically using is probably 6 mil and 5 mil. Okay. Okay, now let's get this going. Here we go. Let there be fire. That's a much better flame than that last one. It was getting light blue, which means there wasn't much fuel to keep her going. So let's continue with where we were there. Actually, I'm going to fire polish top of this base so there's no sharp edges. I should have snipped it just a little bit closer to the base, but that's okay. It'll get the right idea. There we go. That's all fire polished and nice and smooth. Probably wouldn't hurt to warm it out a little bit. Okay, that's done. Now let's get back to oops. Yeah, let's get back to oops. Yeah, there we go. Oops. I know there was an oops that I forgot about, which was, where are you? My mouse isn't, oh, there it is. I wasn't on the chat room and nobody's found me yet, so that's okay. We'll get there. Now, I do have it on live, so if anybody does happen to come into the room, I can see what they're doing and chat with them. And without further ado, I'm going to switch from this camera lens to above head camera lens. There we go. Excuse me. Let's go with that. There we go. I had to change out the propane, and I'm sorry for that. And I wish I had had the tank ready to go. But sometimes And I do. I am the type of person that likes to take it right down to the nub. Make sure you're getting every volume of goodness out of whatever you're using, because anything that they refill, you're paying for. Okay, especially in an oxygen tank. Holy cow, that was one of my. I'd take that right down. I mean, where it's down to a light flame, and you can't even melt soft glass with. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put both of these legs up because I can. Now this one again is going to be a unicorn and a Pegasus. And I do apologize for having to stop what I was doing and find what I needed and get back to you guys. But again, I try to take things straight from, I shoot from the hip a lot of times. That means I'm prepared most of the time for anything. But I don't stop till I get the job done. That's another thing, too. I had to take a pause, but I came back and finished it. That's the main thing. Okay, guys? Don't give up. Finish what you start. Even if you have to come back to it 6 months later, finish what you start. Well, not 6 months, but you know what I mean. Okay. Continue with the same theme that I have been going on with, the single leg until the second section. Now, I'm going to do the wings. If anybody's in the chat room, just say hi. Well, at least one person's watching besides myself, right? Right. Such is life. Okay, now I'm going to do the other wing. Okay, tilt them up slightly. Make that a little bit about the same length as that one. Okay, now we got the back legs. It's starting to get summer in here. Now the tail, same thing like the wings. Pull up, fold over, pull up, fold over, pull up, fold over, and then you can do it as you're when you feel like you've gotten just what you need and make the tuft. Okay, now the loop part, and then we got to get everything working together here. That's what I can do too. Is knowing how long the thing is. It's going to be thin, but it's going to be long. So I can add to the top of this loop here, so there won't be so much obstruction. And you also got to tilt it forward slightly. Oops. A little bit taller. Um, I do have sort of like a running question on my YouTube channel for the time being. It is name my Carlisle. I have had the thing for almost 20 years, 15, 20 years, and I have never named it. And it's good to have a name, right? And with that, I'm going to let you guys name him or name her. Your choice. It's just a matter of deciding on a name. And if I like the name, then we can go from there. Right? Right. Okay. I know I have it pointed in odd directions sometimes. It's sort of very loose on the base at this point, but I'm going to get that thing better off, better than it used to be. Again, I'm going to make these a little bit longer than they were. There we go. And tilt it over. Okay, that's two down. Ah, what is it? When you've got hot glass in your hand, you get the weirdest itches on your nose or on your face, but you can't get at it. But it intensifies second by second on the itching quality. In other words, it gets itchier and more itchier and more itchier, and you're going ah. Okay, one down. Actually, two down. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, they're going to be touching, but they're going to look good. Let's see how it's looking on the base actually. Okay, let's get the next two on here and see how that works. I like it when a plan starts to come together and looks good too. Any questions in the chat room? Um, Again, I'm sorry that I had to stop and restart, but the thing about modern television is I'm not under a time constraint, and they haven't tried to shut me down as far as my content yet. Oops, I need to widen the loop on this particular. Loops are doing pretty good otherwise, but I need to widen the loop on this particular one just a little bit. There we go. Didn't take much. There we go. Surprising. They've been hanging quite nicely. Let's see if that did the trick. Need to widen the bow just a little bit too, and probably thin it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. My Fair Lady, I believe that song came from. Oops. Not a major, but a minor. There you go. Now let's check it out. Oh, yeah. One more to go. That one might dangles down a little bit further than the rest of them, but that's okay. I might have to shorten that again, just a little. It's getting there, but it's just okay. So it's a little warm, and my mind is not working like it should on all cylinders. There we go. One more. And here a minute ago. Make them just a little bit longer too. There we go. Final horse. Yay! I'll show you what it looks like on eye level after a little bit. I could have made the horses just a little bit smaller, but under the circumstances, I think it's pretty cool. Spinning carousel. Love the spin I'm in. What is your other channel? That is the name of that is Piping Hot Art Glass. And I can put a connection on the down below, in the descriptions area. And matter of fact, though, let me get a picture of this, and I'll have this up on my YouTube channel. And basically, anyway, any other questions? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, where is it? Camera, 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 camera. There it is. Why isn't it auto focusing lately? Okay, here we go. Spinning wheel. Yeah, let's clean off the area here. Yeah, whoop. All right, Graceful. One carousel. Thanks for watching. Okay, people. Any other questions? And probably no one else is in the audience, is there? Just Daddy. That's okay. At least somebody's watching. And they'll watch it later. I'm thankful for the chance that you had a chance, that you are here watching me now. And if you have any questions or want to have a certain type of video come up, yeah, any certain type of video come up later, like you want somebody to explain how to make such and such. Some tubing I'm good at, but I'm not, complicated tubing stuff. I can do things even like a donut. That's hollow. So I can do some interesting things, and other things haven't quite got the grasp on, but such is life. Um, and with that, enjoy your day and carpe vitro. Thanks for watching, Daddy. Wait a minute, where's the stop button?